Hey everybody, Parker here, and in this video I'm going to be taking this plain laundry room that I have right here and adding a floating shelf so it looks just like this. Stay tuned to see how I put it all together. Alright, so what we're starting with here is a laundry room that my wife and I had converted a little while ago. This actually used to face into the garage. So we had it raised, lifted, repainted, a new fan and flooring and stuff installed, and we want to make it just a little bit better. So we had a cabinet in here that we could barely reach because we're both a little short, and we're going to be building a floating shelf that extends the shelf out so it's a little bit easier for us to reach all of our laundry goodies that we need, and then also add some cool aesthetics. All right, so super quick recap of the project. First off, I think it turned out great. I'm really happy with the result. I had to kind of pound some things into submission and fill a lot of holes and mistakes, but in the long run, I was able to do all that, and I really like the end result. I really like the finish that I picked and the color that I picked. My wife and I have this similar color in a whole bunch of things in our house, so it kind of matches a lot of things. What I would have done differently is, again, I would have definitely picked a thicker plywood to go on top. I used 1x material so that my overall depth of the shelf wasn't so big, mostly because of how small this overall space is. It's in a hallway, and I didn't want it to feel like the shelf was like super crazy thick. I wanted it to kind of match the overall dimensions of the space better, and in doing so, I tried to pick a very thin plywood, and that ended up just giving me a ton of mechanical issues when I went to cut it on the table saw. First, it was so bendy and wobbly that cutting it straight was difficult, and then when I went to go to add the miter so that I could get my corners mitered and lined up, it just compounded the problem and made the whole thing worse. So in the end, when I put everything together, I had to use a ton of wood filler and sand it down and go through multiple times before it got dialed in. It still looks pretty good in the end result, but just the level of work that I had to put in to get there, you know, I kind of wish I had just spent a few extra dollars on a thicker amount of plywood. So thanks for checking out this project. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you've done a project similar like this, I'd love to see what worked or didn't work for you. So let me know in the comments below. Thanks. See you in the next one.